All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Kodash, which Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's true name. Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, is his true name. Kodash is the Holy Spirit. I'm also going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who will teach well in the scriptures, and salutations to all the brothers out there who push his word in all truth and all sincerity. And I found this article on RT.com, which is entitled Sandy Hook Massacre. Court rules it's okay to sue gunmaker. Now, what I got out of this article and what I perceive is that, pretty much these elites, all right, what they're trying to do is they're trying to have these gun-making companies go out of business, okay, to basically have, when the time occurs, when martial law is declared, they want to have the population, without any arms to protect themselves, okay? They don't want to have any issues, with the people when they, push forth their agenda, their New World Order agenda, okay? And because, you have a lot of people out there, all right, especially with, this world calls, these, so-called white Americans, these, patriot boys, the good old boys. They're not down with, gun control, okay? They're all for it. They want their guns in their hands, okay? And, these elites, they're having a hard time, getting these laws passed to, have, these guns being taken away, okay? So what they're going to do is, from what I perceived is have a lot of these, random, shooting massacres occur, which are, basically false flags, okay? They're going to have them, keep occurring, and then the so-called victims, they're the family victims, okay? They're going to be able to sue these companies, and if all these lawsuits come about, at some point, these companies are going to go out of business, okay? And I'm going to start actually with this scripture first. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed, okay? And, who's in power, okay, to write these unrighteous, laws, all right? It's these Edomites, all right, the so-called white man, all right? He's the one who's in power and in authority to get these laws pushed forth, all right? Because, look, it's not, these congressmen and all that, push these laws. In reality, it's these companies, all right? And then, on a higher scale, it's really the elites, okay? They're the ones who have the power to do so, okay, to do these things. Because they're really running the show. And I'm going to get this, but I want to get to it later in Daniel's. But yeah, so basically, like I said, from what I got from this, these people are going to be able to sue these companies. And at some point, these companies are going to go out of business. And it's crazy because, okay, my thing is somebody that gets into a car accident, right? So if somebody gets into a car accident, so what? You could sue the car company now for somebody's, mistakes and negligence, okay? Look, the company had nothing to do with that particular accident unless there was, something faulty with the vehicle itself. But all in all, if there was no foul play in that, how is that the car company's fault, okay? And that's, exactly what's going on with these, with the gun making companies. Look, it's not their fault that you have, crazy individuals, which they're all actually, when you look at them, they're all Edomites, so-called white people. They get these guns and they just shoot up everybody in a church, in a school, at a mall, wherever they, decide to just, wreak havoc, okay? That's not their fault. They didn't know that, all right? You know, just a bunch of madness, man. But ultimately, like I said, it's just to really get the people, disarmed. When Jacob's trouble comes, which that's, martial law. All right, now I'm going to read a little bit in this. It says, in a landmark ruling on Thursday, Connecticut's top court has given a go-ahead to a lawsuit by the victims of the Sandy Hook shooting, which blames the manufacturer of the AR-15 style rifle used in the massacre. So it's the AR-15's, fault that you had a complete bug out, shoot everybody and their mom at a school, which we already know that's a false flag, those that are in the know. But what I'm trying to get at is, hypothetically speaking, that did occur. This rifle was the issue with the situation, not the complete lunatic psycho. I forgot the kid's name. All right, but this Edomite, this so-called white man. All right, that's not his fault. It's just a bunch of madness. And it says the Connecticut State Supreme Court narrowly overturned a 2016 decision of a lower court that threw out the lawsuit, arguing that defendants' arms manufactured Remington, Slovakia, and the distributor of the rifle are exempt from responsibility under the Protection of the Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, PLCAA. The PLCAA, passed by Congress in 2005, relieves weapon manufacturers from the liability in gun violence crimes. And that should continue to take effect, okay? Because it's not, like I said, it's not the gun manufacturer's issue, all right? They're just making the weapon. Now, whatever a person does after they buy the weapon, that's on them. It's not like the gun manufacturer knew that was going to happen. And on top of that, it's not like the gun has a mind of its own that it did it. All right? It says, while the court on Thursday reaffirmed that the gun maker enjoys protection under the act, it ruled that the plaintiffs, families of the 9 victims of the massacre, and a teacher who survived the bloodshed are entitled to sue the companies for alleged violation of marketing rules. It says the lawsuit argues that Remington violated the Connecticut Unfair Trade Practices Act when it aggressively promoted its semi-automatic Bushmaster XM15 E2S rifle to civilians. The plaintiffs took particular issue with Remington's marketing of high-capacity magazines. And look, that's the thing with Esau's law system. Rules break rules, and there's loopholes. Nothing's set in stone, okay? Because really, all in all, it goes into the what is that, the Second Amendment, if I'm not mistaken. I have to why is this slipping my mind? I believe it's the Second Amendment with one can bear arms. So what? A particular person has a semi-automatic rifle. So what? That's his or hers right, so-called, of this land to own that. But now you're going to sue the company because they promoted a particular item? Well, they're a business, so they have to promote their items for them to sell. And how is that wrong? Okay? Like I said, whatever the people do after they buy this particular weapon, that's on them. That's not on the company. See, that's madness. All right? And I'm not really going to get into this because it's kind of a long article. But like I said, you could just see how, they're going to try to get these companies, out of business, man. All right? And this is Daniel's 8:24. It says, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And, this is talking about, Antiochus Epiphanes the fourth, but at the same time, we can use this as Esau, Edom as a whole. And the Lord set up Esau, Edom. Job 9:24, the Lord's given into, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Revelation 6:4, the red horse was given power. All right. Okay, the Lord set this man up, and he just shall destroy wonderfully, and we see that, and shall prosper. And as you can see, this man is still in authority. Okay, he's the one that's in the power seat right now, and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people, which that's what he has done and is still doing. And through his policy, also he shall cause crafts to prosper in his hand. And exactly, through his policy, his laws. That's where his strength is. Which, real quick, I'm going to get this in a second, Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. And, what is it, like the 17th verse? Hold on. Right here. Wisdom of Solomon 2:11. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. And as it said there, let our strength be the law of justice. This is where this man's strength comes from. He puts these policies in, these unrighteous decrees, and he gets his agenda complete, all right? Like I said, the elites, all right, because they're the ones who are really the ones who are ruling, okay? They're the ones who are able to do these things. They put, as that old saying is, roughly paraphrasing, they've destroyed more people with the pen and paper than actual warfare. They've destroyed people's lives, by putting them in jail, polluting the people's minds, okay? Forcing, people to go to these educational systems which teach nothing but wickedness, okay? Things like that. This man has done more damage with that pen and paper, man, okay? I'm going to read that again in Daniel 8:25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. And right here, this is an example, okay? Sandy Hook Massacre. Court rules it's okay to sue gunmaker, okay? Because, look, these people are going to say, we want peace. We don't want guns in, people's hands. Like, blah, blah, blah. They're going to, state all these things. They're going to talk about how, there was mass death and this, that, and the third, okay? But, all in all, if really people were armed, these things wouldn't have occurred, okay? These things wouldn't have occurred. And then the reason why they're doing this is because they want to, like I said, take the guns away from the people, all right? They got certain laws already set up, but they really want to get, like, all these guns, out of these people's hands, all right? That's why they're having these companies get, they're allowing these companies to get sued now for these massacres. And these companies, think about if there's multi deaths in one massacre, and then you have multi incidents happen throughout the year, that can make a company go bankrupt real quick. Hundreds of thousands of dollars here, $1 million here, millions here. That can make a company go down under quick, especially in a bad economy. All right. And it says, and he shall stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And that's talking about when the Lord Yahweh Shai comes back, okay, with his angels. All right, the Lord's gonna take this man down, okay. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get into this article to show you how the stage is being set, man. There's little things that keep occurring here and there, all right. And it's a build up to this great day, man. Martial law, time of Jacob's trouble, the time of calamity, death, despair, lamentations, mournings, and woes, okay? And it's coming very soon, So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Shai. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers out there. Shalom.